Now, let's take one more example here with next level example, high order thinker. Or not high order thinker, you need to mix or connect what we learned in the lesson 2.4 to factor the cubic function. Do you remember how to factor the cubic function? Yes, to factor the cubic function, we need to find 1 zeros, and using that 0 we do the synthetic division. After the synthetic division we can factor the polynomial, then we can get the 0. See how it's easy? So first find 0 of cubic. Okay, how to find the 0 of a cubic? Doing factors of righty, okay, factors of righty over factors of lefty. Factors of righty, let me write it here, righty over factors of lefty. What is the righty value? What's the lefty value? The righty value is 6, the lefty value is 3. So what are the factors of 6 and what are the factors of 3? Factors of 6 is 1, 2, 3, and 6. What's the factors of 3? 1 and 3. Okay, so now all of these values should be tested as positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, okay, and test them. Use your calculator for fast testing. So you just replace all of these values. Now, after you doing the find the zeros of cubic, after you find only 1 0, the step 2, do synthetic division. Okay, synthetic division. So now I just tested all the values. Okay, I replaced all the values in the x, and I think I got a 3 is a 0. So let's now test a 3. So 3, and let's write the 3, negative 4, negative 13, negative 6. So now let's do the synthetic division. So first term goes down as usual. 3 times 3 is equal 9. Then we add negative 4 plus 9 is equal 5. 5 times 3 is equal 15. So negative 13 plus 15 is equal 2. 2 times 3 is equal 6. So negative 6 plus 6 is equal 0. Okay, so as you can see, the remainder is 0. So x, okay, so x minus 3 is a 0. Now, my polynomial should include 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. So this is my polynomial multiplied with the factor, which is x minus 3. Now, let's find the zeros for, this is a quadratic function. Now, let's solve this quadratic function. Okay. Now, the step number 3, so factor, okay, factor the quadratic to find zeros. Then find zeros. Okay. Then how to factor this? We multiply 3 times 2, so it becomes x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay? X minus 3. Now, what are the factors of 6 that can give me, if I add them, I can get 5? Okay? It's 3 and 2. So now x plus 3, x plus 2, and x minus 3. And please don't forget to divide by the number that you multiply, which is 3. So now I have to divide by 3. So it should be x plus 1, x plus 2 over 3, and x minus 3. Okay, so now all of these is equal to 0. Now the question become easy, and we can now solve, not equal 0 here. We take the inequality. Okay, so less than or equal 0. Now let's do the sign chart that we learned. Okay, so the sign chart is, we put all the zeros that we have. The first one we put okay, let's write the zeros. So the first 0 is x equal negative 1. The second 0 is x equal negative 2 over 3. The third 0 is x equal 3. Then we write them from the smallest to the biggest. The smallest one is negative 1. Then negative 2 over 3. Negative 2 over 3. Let's convert it to decimal. So the decimal, I think it's negative 0.6666, whatever. Then we have a 3. Okay? Now, let's pick points between every interval to identify the sign for every interval. So now let's pick point less than negative 1. So let's pick negative 2. And between negative 1, negative 0.6, let's pick negative 0 point example 8. Okay, now between this one we can pick 0 here. Okay, and greater than 3 we can pick 4. Now let's replace these values in the function. So the first thing, negative 2 plus 1 and negative 2 plus 0.6 and negative 2 minus 3. So negative 2 plus 1 is equal negative 1. Okay, and negative 2 plus 0.6, negative 1.4, and negative 2, negative 3 is equal negative 5. Now let's multiply everything together. So negative 1 times negative 1.4 is positive, okay, 1.4, okay, times negative 5. So negative 5 times 1.4 is equal 7 or negative 7. So the interval here is negative. Now let's test negative 0.8. Okay, let me change the numbers. Okay, so negative 0.8 plus 1. Okay, and negative 0.8 plus plus 0.6 and negative 0.8 negative 3. So in the first interval I will get here negative 0.4, negative 0.2, okay, or not negative, positive, because negative 0.8 plus 1 is positive 0.2. And here I will get negative 0.2, and here I will get negative 3.8. And as I can see here, 0.2 times negative 0.2, okay, let me write it here, 0.2 multiplied with negative 0.2 multiplied with negative 3.8. Okay, let me now erase this because I need this space. Okay, just find the answer for every bracket. Okay, here it should be negative 0.8. Okay, negative 3.8 here. Okay, negative 3.8. Now let's multiply all of these values together. So 0.2 times negative so it's equal negative 0.004 multiplied with negative 3.8. So negative with negative it become positive 0.152. Okay, so the answer here is positive, so this interval is positive. As you can see, when you get the values and you have some decimals, we don't care about the value, we care only for the sign. So while you're solving, you don't have to find the values, just care about the sign. Okay, so you don't have always to find the values. Now let's test 0. So if I replace 0 in every term, 0 plus 1 and 0 plus 0.6, and I have 0 minus 3. So the first one is 1, the second one is 0.6, the third one is negative 3. So 1 times 0.6, 0.6, and times negative 3. So negative 3 times 0.6, negative 1.8. Okay, so as you can see here, this answer is negative. Okay, and now let's test the last one, which is 4. So it should be 4 plus 1, okay, and 4 plus 0.6, and 4 plus 3. Okay, so the first one is 5, here it's 4.6, here is 4, here should be 7. Okay, as you can see, all the values are positive. I don't care for the answer. Of course, the answer will be positive. So the answer here is positive. Now I need to see what is the question asked me. Is a positive value or a negative value he needs? As you can see, it's saying in the question is f of x is less than or equal to 0. So I need the negative value, negative interval. So the negative interval, it's start from negative 1 to negative 2 over 3, from negative 1 to negative 2 over 3. What type of a bracket? Because it's with equal, so we use the rectangle bracket. So this one is rectangle, this one is rectangle. Union, okay? Then it's from 3 to positive infinity. So it's from 3 to positive infinity. Okay? So this is the answer. Now try to do this two questions by yourself. One of them is One of them is easy, which is simple as a quadratic. One of them is a cubic, so try to solve 4b. So 4b is same example as we did now. Sorry, again, here is this, which is this the answer. Okay, now let's go to the second part when I have a rational inequality. So the same way of the steps, but the question is rational. The only thing that we need to do here is to multiply the least common denominator by everything. So the same thing that we did in the lesson 2.5. First, we need to find the LCD for everything. What's the LCD here? What's the LCD here? What's the LCD here? So the LCD is x minus 6 and x plus 1 as written here. Then after you find the LCD, you have to multiply the LCD with every term. So this one multiplied with this one here, and this one multiplied with this, and this one multiplied with the 0. So if we multiply it with the first one, we cancel x minus 6 with x minus 6. So it's become, okay, let me write it here up so you can understand more. So now x minus 6 and x plus 1 multiplied with this term, and here x minus 6, x plus 1, sorry, x plus 1 here. And on the last one is same thing, we need to multiply, but because it's 0, so it's of course it equals 0, so I don't have to multiply. Now x minus 6, we cancel it with x minus 6. Now 4 times 1x, so is equal 4x. We distribute 4 times 1 is equal 4. Now do the same thing here, x plus 1, cancel x plus 1, so it's remain 2 times x, which is 2x, 2 times negative 6, negative 12. Now add the like term, so as you can see we have 2x and 4x is like term, and we have 4 with a 12 also like term. Let's add them. We get 6x minus 8 over x minus 6 plus x over x plus 1. Now I have this equation here. Now what I have to do, I have to find the zeros. So when I need to find the zeros for rational, I have to find the 0 for the numerator, and I have to find the 0 for the denominator. So the denominator 0, okay, is x equal 6 and x equal negative 1. What is the 0 for the numerator? The 0 of the numerator, 6x minus 8 equals 0. So we plus 8 for both sides, plus 8. Then we cancel, so 6x equal 8. Divide by 6, divide by 6. So x is equal 4 over 3. So now, as you can see, I have 3 x's. So always you have to test also the numerator x. Okay, so don't just take the denominator x's, you have also to take the numerator. Now, let's do the same thing. Let's make the number line as he did here. Then we put the 0, x negative 1. When we put 4 over 3, 4 over 3 means, I think 1.3333, whatever. Okay, now we plot 6. Now pick points, so let's pick negative 2, as he picked negative 2, then he picked 0, then he picked here 2, and he picked here 7. Okay, so just pick these values and replace these values in the equation. So now let's replace negative 2 here. If we replace negative 2 here, so 6 times negative 2 minus 8, we will get a negative value. And if we replace negative 2 in this x minus 6, we get negative also. And if we replace also 2 here, also we get negative. So what we can do here, now multiply the denominator first. So we have minus and over. Minus times minus is equal positive. So minus divided by positive is equal negative. So all of that interval here, okay, all of that interval is negative. Now we do the same thing. We replace the 0 in every x, okay, and we find. So as you can see here, let's multiply them together first. So the numerator is negative over negative times positive, it's negative. Now negative divide negative is equal what? Is equal positive. So this interval here is positive, okay. Now the same thing here, let's replace 2 in every x. Then after we replace 2, we get this sign here. Okay, now let's multiply this together. So positive, negative times positive is equal to negative. So the final is negative. Okay, so the final one here is a negative. And this one, all of them is positive, so of course it's positive. And the f of x, the question needs what? F of x greater than 0. So we need the positive interval. So the positive interval is this one here, and this one to positive infinity. So from negative 1 to 4 over 3 union 6 to positive infinity. Okay? Let's do this together here. Let's find the LCD in this term. So the LCD here is equal x plus 2. Now after we find the LCD, let's multiply the LCD in every term. So x plus 2 here, okay, and x plus 2 here, okay. And now first we cancel this one with this one, so it's become 3x plus 4, okay, minus 3x plus 2 greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so sorry, let me read this is wrong. Okay, now after I multiply this, okay, I need to find the least common denominator, so it should be 3x plus 4 minus 3 multiplied with x plus 2. We will distribute it, so all of that over x plus 2. Now let's simplify this. 3x plus 4 minus 3x minus 6, okay, over x plus 2 greater than or equal to 0. Now let's add the like term. So the like term is this one here and this one here, okay. So it should be, let me write it here. So negative 3x with the 3x cancel each other. Now 4 minus 6 is equal negative 2 over x plus 2 greater than or equal to 0. Okay, next. Let's make now the sign chart after we know it. So the sign chart is here. Now what are the 0? I don't have 0 in the numerator, so I have only 0 in the denominator. So x is equal negative 2. Now let's replace negative 2 in my sign chart. So let's pick now random value. So negative 1 here, and here let's pick 0. Okay. Sorry, negative 1 is greater than negative 2. Sorry, let's pick less than negative 2, negative 3, and let's pick 0 here. Now let's replace these values. So as we can see here, negative 2 over negative 3 plus 2 is equal negative 2 over negative 1, which is equal 2. So this interval here is a positive interval. Now let's replace it here. Let's replace 0, negative 2 over 0 plus 2, which is equal negative 2 over 2 is equal negative 1. So this interval here is a negative. Okay, so the question is f of x is greater than or equal to 0. So we need only the positive side. So the positive side is from negative infinity to negative 2. So from negative infinity to negative 2. What type of bracket? Should be rectangle because with its equal sign. Okay, I hope you understand this one. If you need any help, please let me know. Now let me reveal to you the answer for all of these questions. So when you try to solve, check your answer using this. Okay, I hope you understand this. If you need to get more full power, try to solve this question on the page 145. Have a good day. See you. Bye-bye.